Remember when we talked about display settings, I said, well, they're all moved over to the settings app now, and you won't find them in the control panel anymore. Not true of speakers and microphones. We still have settings in both the settings app as well as the control panel. So we have various places we can set some of these things. So let's take a look at those. Start Settings, System, Sound. So let's go down here to Start, Settings, System. We're already in System, and then Sound. So over here you can see I can choose my output device, I can choose my input device. Now I have several output and input devices, but I have disabled a lot of them because I don't want them. As a matter of fact, I should have disabled this as well, because I had a problem with Windows constantly changing devices on me. And then I can set the volumes for the microphone and for the speakers here. So down here I have some advanced sound options. If I click that, you can see that I have a master volume, and then I can have different sounds for different applications, which is interesting. I can turn my speakers up for Firefox and down for Screencast-O-Matic, for example. So that's kind of an interesting feature we have. Now you can't just add anything you want. You have a limited number of things here that you can use. But we also have some things over in the control panel with regard to sound. And if you can't remember where something is in control panel, I often forget since I don't use it as much as I used to. I'm still waiting for it to pop up here, which it should in a moment. Oh, it's because it's already... No, that's not it. Interesting that control panel didn't pop up for me. Let me try that again. Control panel. There it goes. I don't know why it took so long. I often forget where some of these things are. This one's not too hard. It says sound there. But if I forgot, I could just type sound and find it there pretty easily. So here are the sound options. It's going to take quite a while to come up. Here's where I can disable, for example, in playback. You notice I've got all these other options disabled with the exception of the set of speakers that I want it to play back to. So all the others are disabled. That way my computer doesn't keep switching on me. What I didn't do is undo all of these things. So if I always want to use my Yeti microphone, for example, right here, then I could take these and I could disable all those, and it won't just keep switching on me, which has been a real problem that I've had in the past. Okay, that one's already disabled. And I've got, what, two others up here. Disable that guy and disable this guy. Now they won't keep switching around on me. Alright, so that, oh, I didn't show you some of the other settings we have here. Change system sounds. If I want to change, for example, what happens when I plug a device in, or what happens when the system starts up, I have some options with those. And here they are, by the way. It's all the same interface, but different tabs. So one for playback, one for recording, one for sound, one called communications, where I can choose what happens when I make phone calls. I don't make phone calls on this device. So we have several options here in sound. One other area though, if I come down here to the speaker icon and right click on it, well, I can open up the sound settings, for example, and I get the sound settings that we saw right here. I can open up the volume mixer, and what happens in this case is I open up an independent application that I don't have available to me either in settings or in the control panel. This is one of those independent executable files, GUI files, where I can change settings, and so I don't have that available to me in other places. So as you can see, there's lots of different places that I can change sounds. Alright, so I'm not going to go into this spatial sound stuff right now. I have that turned off anyway, and it's kind of a higher level thing than we want to deal with right now. But as you can see, I've got 3 different areas where I can deal with sounds, and they all have different things that the others don't have. So there you go. That's it for sounds, and I've given you in here the various places. I haven't bolded them, but I should do that before I publish this. There we go. And so that's it for this week. A lot of material, and there we go. A lot of material, and I hope it hasn't been too overwhelming for you. But thank you for listening.